me and Josue were thinking about what exactly to talk about, and the topic of casual video games came up. I personally, when I was thinking of casual video games, was thinking of games like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley or Sims. But upon doing some research along with Josue, we both kind of realized they're not really casual video games. They're more so social simulation games, which I guess you can call a casual game. But when you think about casual games nowadays, what do you think of? Like Angry Birds or Bejeweled, something like that. So now I kind of want to flip the script over, and I don't really want to discuss casual games today. I think we should discuss social simulation games and why exactly there's so many trash ones and a very few group of good ones. And when I mean group, I really only mean like 3 or 4, and 2 of them being the most dominant. When I think of the big 4 when it comes to social simulation, I think of Sims, Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, and Stardew Valley. But when you think of the big behemoths, you look at games like Sims and Animal Crossing. Why is it that Sims and Animal Crossing are such beloved games in a genre that is full of garbage? It's an interesting topic that I want to discuss on today, and I was hoping, Josue, you can kick us off with your thoughts on why exactly Animal Crossing and Sims are just that popular.
Well, I have thoughts, but I need to give a shout out to the other kind of simulation games as well. Dating sims are a thing. I'm not even gonna say just The Sims and just Animal Crossing, because these reasonings really expand to all sorts of simulation games. You come home after a very long day of work. You just are tired. You take your shoes off. You know what you gotta do? You gotta pop in that Animal Crossing. These games are quite literally the magnum opus of relaxation in the gaming world. I can't be relaxed playing Dark Souls. I can be relaxed.
The thought of somebody wrapping like a towel up in a bun after a nice warm bath, lighting some candles, and just booting up Dark Souls, like, fuck, I keep losing.
You see, those games have their worth, of course, but you can't play a game of Call of Duty, you can't play a game of Dark Souls, you can't play literally anything else without some level of stress. But these games, there isn't stress involved, or at least majority of the time, where the most stress you can possibly get in these games is you trying to go for this specific girl in a dating sim, or you trying to pay back your debt. But even in Animal Crossing, the debt payback system doesn't really matter all too much.
There's no real consequence, I'd say. Dating sims, I think there might be a little bit more, to be honest. I think there is a losing aspect. If you don't get the girl you wanted, I guess you lost. But especially in the social simulation realm, there's not really a way of losing. Like, if you don't get the house of your dreams, you can still get it. It's not gone forever. There's still a possibility to keep improving. And even if you stop playing, or even if you mess up and you just don't get exactly what you want, there's always the next day. It's like the world is constantly forgiving. It's not like the reality of real world, where if you mess up, you might have to face consequences for a bit, which I think is why social simulation games specifically are more relaxing. But I do see what your point about dating simulation games. They are just as important, but I do feel like they definitely have their differences when it comes to social simulation games as well.
Oh no, it's different. I'm not trying to say that it's not, but like these simulation games all across the board. I mean, even Nintendogs is a simulation game.
Shout out
to Nintendogs. But yeah, that's what really all it is in the end. You have a pet, and you love having a pet because the way the pet makes you feel, and therefore Nintendogs as a simulation game tries to simulate that really good feeling that you get with your pet. And in the end, it's just all about how you feel. And these games typically make you feel relaxed, make you feel happy, make you feel satisfied. And it's a weird comparison, but bear with me. I believe the reason why people like these kind of games is very similar to why people like shows like The Office. People like The Office because, well, one of the reasons being just how simple it is. It's not like you need to follow this complex story of 2 people going on an adventure, trying to kill the queen and take over the kingdom, and then end up killing your lover, and then finding out your little brother, who's really your half brother, ends up being the true ruler of the kingdom. and then you had
What
to
the
get
hell's going
banished.
on?
It's Game of Thrones, Poppy. The Office provides like a relaxing atmosphere, you know? Like you don't whenever you watch The Office, there's nothing that's really high stakes. You're watching ordinary people doing ordinary things. And that's quite literally what's going on with a lot of these sim games. You're playing as someone ordinary doing ordinary things. You're playing as Villager collects bugs. Right? You're not a kid trying to save the world through time traveling schemes, right? Trying to save the princess and kill the big bad pig looking monster with the sword of time, with this crazy sword that can defeat evil. Like, no, that's not what's happening here.
I get that, but at the same time, I feel like, so you mentioned The Office is this amazing thing because you're watching just regular people, right? And I feel like the reason why The Office is at its best is also the characters, because it's not just watching any people. You know these people, and you love their characters for who they are. I think that's why games like Animal Crossing specifically do so well, because Animal Crossing is not just any other social simulation game where you have a character and you're mingling with other random NPCs. These are characters you've known for a while now. There's many names you can bring up in the Animal Crossing universe that everyone knows. But then look at a different social simulation game, The Sims. Josue, name a Sim character.
There's Josue. I made Josue in The Sims 2 on my PSP. I'm not sure if you know him, but
see, shut up. See, that's what the difference is. I think they're both beautiful in that they get the social simulation down to its core, but one, like Animal Crossing, prospers in that office aspect of these are characters you know before, and it feels like you're visiting your old friends again, and you're making this community around these friends. But then The Sims, it works more so like if you don't care about that and you want the most open-ended potential to make anything you want, then boom, there it is. Make these NPCs, make the characters. It's your own original script. So I guess it really depends on the user at that point of what they prefer is more relaxing. Do they prefer the more open-ended, I make anything I want is relaxing, or do they kind of want to be like, oh, I'm hanging out with my good old buddies again, collecting random stuff and living in my house with these good old friends I've lived with multiple years ago on the GameCube and the Wii and the 3DS, you know?
Like what you do in Animal Crossing is just what you do in real life, just quicker and with anthropomorphic animals, right? Which honestly, if there were
not a big difference.
If there were anthropomorphic animals, I can't say that word correctly. If there were anthropomorphic animals just running around life would probably be better. Honestly, the furry community would probably be.
I don't know, man. I'd be pretty creeped out.
That's when we end the conversation. As soon as I mentioned the word furry.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You got the furry community, but you don't got me on this one.
Shout out to all my furries in the island, Puerto Rico.
That's your first message when you land on your island.
Shout out to all fans of simulation games. I know I'm not in that community, but I give you guys a shout out because I know you guys just want to play these games because y'all just want to relax and y'all just want to experience a new reality, but just
life's hard, man.
A calming reality, something that's gonna calm you down. And in that case, what I recommend, what I truly believe, is a great simulation game. You gotta date. You gotta go for Pico Sim Dates on Newgrounds.com.
What is happening?
Which is the top scoring dating simulator of all time. And if that's not suiting your boat, go for the Naruto dating sim, which is the fifth.
Okay.
And if that's still not floating your boat, then check out the Sonic Inflation Adventure. It's an 18+ game on Newgrounds.
Why are you plugging this Josue?
If that's not suiting your boat,
why are you still going?
There's Sonic Inflation 2 Battle. All right, guys, that's it. Subscribe, like, thanks, bye.
I don't condone anything Josue just said, by the way.